Hi, I'm Melissa with Asians on Film, and I'm here with the very beautiful and talented Sandra Oh, and she's going to be telling us a little bit about her upcoming independent movie.
Called Window Horses.
Exactly, Window Horses.
Thank you, Melissa.
What's been the process so far of starting this independent film?
Well, it's an independent animated feature that I'm helping to produce. So it's been very interesting trying to produce and learning. It's been quite a steep learning curve. And right now, we're running an Indiegogo campaign, which is a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo to raise some of the starting budget to start the animation on the film. And Window Horses is about this young Canadian poet named Rosie Ming, who I voice. Yeah. And, she is of Chinese and Persian heritage. And she goes to a poetry festival in Iran and then discovers, her true poet's voice, and she discovers her long-lost father. So the filmmaker, Anne Marie Fleming, who's actually half Chinese. I've known her for like a long time, like 20 years almost. And we've been trying to work together off and on for all that time. And seriously, like 2 months ago, she emails me, goes, will you do this? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure, I'll do whatever you want. She goes, no, you have to read this. And I read the graphic novel, and I'm really looking forward to that being published. I read the graphic novel and just wept.
You felt it.
I really did. I really, really felt it. And I said, not only will I voice it, I will do everything I can to help get this made. Because, for me, the film touches so many subjects that are really important to me. It's very pro-girl. It's very pro-young woman finding her voice, which is a subject matter that's very important to me.
Is there a specific reason why you're having, or why Window Horses is going to be an animated film versus?
It's based on this one character called Stick Girl. So Stick Girl is Chinese, and she'll see her. Please go to the site at Indiegogo, at windowhorses.com. She's literally a stick figure.
I saw her.
She's a circle, and she has two little slits for eyes. She has little pigtails, and she has a triangle for a skirt. And so that character has been kind of like an alter ego for Anne Marie Fleming. And she's done short films, animated films about Stick Girl for like the past 25 years. There's a lot of wonderful Stick Girl short films.
Gosh.
So it follows that character. That's why it's animated.
Awesome. And I have to ask, just because I know there's so many people, and myself included, and my family included, who miss you on Grey's Anatomy. What would you say is the thing you miss most about playing Christina?
Oh, there's a lot.
I bet. I know.
There's a lot. I really, really love her as a character. Very, very much.
So tough.
Yeah. I will say I don't necessarily miss it. I don't miss it, at least at this point. It hasn't been that long. But I don't miss it also because I so thoroughly said goodbye to her, on set, on screen, with the audience. I felt very conscious of when you play a character for a decade, which is a very, very rare opportunity for an actor. I just wanted to be as thorough and respectful as possible to the character to say goodbye. And I wanted to include the Grey's audience as much as I felt I could in the process of letting go. And with that, I do miss her because of so many wonderful, fantastic qualities.
Yes, absolutely.
And I hope other people miss her too. Yeah.
Oh, everyone misses her.
Yeah, Eric's. Can I ask?
Eric. Yeah. Tell me. Ask me.
Your character is my favorite on the show.
Oh, thank you.
Because I was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, you did. Yes, you were.
And my favorite scene is when you at a kind of harbor or something holding that fish. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. Tell me, oh my God, tell me why you love the fish scene, because, go ahead.
It's genuine. It's just so touching, and I cried.
That pleases me so much. There are certain key, again, the great opportunity of being able to play a character. There are certain key episodes and obviously key scenes that have meant a lot to me as an actor working on it. And when people come to me and say this one scene or that scene that meant equally as much to me as it would maybe to you, right, it makes me very, very happy. The fish scene was really a scene about transformation. You know, how she comes out of the horror of the gunman, right? Through PTSD. And one, acting-wise, that was a tough scene to do. I remember the wonderful writer, Joan Rader, she wrote the scene. And I went to her and we're like, do you know that this is really hard to do acting-wise? Do you know really this is really hard to do? It's like here, you're just standing there, ha ha, I caught a fish. Slow pushing, burst out crying, right, because you know you understand, you know you understand life, you know. Exactly. But what an opportunity and a joy to play.
Yes.
You know, great joy to play. Not only I just feel like a fish is a very transformational symbol. And so, Eric, it makes me very happy that you liked that scene. Yeah. Because it meant a lot to me too. It meant a lot to perform it. Yeah. What I want to do, let's say, with Window Horses, is the continuing work that I've been doing with Grey's Anatomy, which is to bring a full, fleshed out character. In this case, an animated stick girl named Rosie Ming. You know, yes, it doesn't matter to me whether it's myself in the actual physicalized representation, or whether it's a representation that's seriously a stick figure, because you will get the same story, because it'll be a different story, and a story that we haven't seen, and I really feel a story that people want to see.
Absolutely. And
especially I feel for the audience at large and for your audience as well, what I'm inviting people to do is to to invest in it, you know? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And to invest in it, they go to indiegogo. Window Horses.
Yes.
Can I ask one more question? Yeah. Just because I know you are an inspiration to so many Asian American actors that are trying to pursue the crazy industry today. What would you say is your biggest piece of advice for everyone?
I've said one thing constantly. It's always been a constant for me, which is, if you don't have to do this, don't.
Right.
I mean this. I mean this in the deepest way. And the people who understand what I'm saying, you'll feel it in your heart. It is too hard. I'm not being. I'm not being. Harsh about it.
It's emotional.
Yeah, it's like it's very, very challenging. Yeah. It's very, very challenging. But when you find the greater need to be able to connect in this way, it will be that larger picture feeling, larger picture purpose, larger picture connection that will help you through how difficult it is. And the ways that we've I think in some ways in our community seen it as not an asset, as somehow we're lesser than, or it's a hindrance, or how is it difficult. I really want to encourage people to shift their mentality towards it. I'm not denying the reality that it is tough and it is heartbreaking. And if we were to talk even more about it, all my makeup would come off.
I know.
And I know, and I know I'm saying it based on someone who has had a certain amount of success and perceived success. But I also know that my success in the work has to do with being able to connect to a larger picture. And that the larger picture might not look exactly like what we've been taught to see. The thing is, like, honestly, with this animated feature, I mean, it's an animated feature, with doing crowdsourcing on Indiegogo, it's like I'm interested on being on the outside. I want to explore what that means to be on the outside. because there's got to be a different way. Not over, not around, whatever, somehow, somewhere different. I don't know what it is, but that's what I'm interested in connecting to. And that's honestly where I would love to bring everybody. Well, I will always say to, like, you know, definitely my sisters and brothers out there, keep it up. Share yourself. You know, open your heart up wide and connect with each other. For sure. We're all in this together. And, you know, as much as I can, you know, talk to you and I hopefully get to talk to other people sharing my project, it's like, I want you to do well. I want you to do well. You know, I want us to do well because I want us all to find our voice and to redefine it. I don't know what that is, but that interest and that curiosity is what's keeping me going.
Yeah. Whatever fills your heart, truly.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so best of
I'll
luck.
remember that forever.